How's it going, YouTube? op.poker James here. Today we're going to be looking at something new that's been added to Spin Go's. It's essentially a game or promotion on top of Spin Go's in the PokerStars client. It's quite complicated, so we're going to look through how it works. But from my first impressions, it looks pretty fun. Let's jump in. So you can find the Spin Go's in the same place as normal, the Spin Go tab on PokerStars. If you're using QuickSeat, it's here. If you use all games, which is what I do, find it here. Then you've got the tabs Omaha, Max, Observe, and Hold'em. I think Spin Go is only working on, the Tetris version only works on regular Hold'em. So you're going to want to be playing just those ones. You'll know which games have the Tetris promo available if you see the word Tetris above it, I think. One thing you do need to do is join the games before you are able to score points. So if you look over on the right hand side, you've got the more info tab and then a join tab. So if you click join, you will be added to the leaderboard for that stake. Now if we go to more info, we're going to look at leaderboards. Now I do believe every limit from the even the 25 cents up to the 500s have leaderboards, each for their own limit, and the highest point scores get the most prizes. So 25 cents, there's a $50 prize up top, and then I guess for the 500s there's a $3,000 up top. So, and that's every day. This is a daily leaderboard. So there's going to be a lot of prizes up for grabs. Now let's have a look more in depth into how it works. So I found all this information over on Google. I just Googled Spin Go Tetris. This was one of the first results, and this is on the PokerStars website. It goes through all of how everything works. So let's just jump in and have a look. Okay, so just like in Tetris, you're going to be clearing lines. When you clear lines, you get points for them. If you place in first place, you get more line clears than second and third place. And if you get a bad multiplier, so if you get a 2x multiplier, you get more line clears for coming first, second, or third in comparison to if you got a good multiplier. So I think this promotion is very different to the Spin 10 and Spin 50 promotions, where it was kind of rewarding people who were already running good with multipliers. So this one looks like they're going to be trying to encourage people to play properly on the 2x multipliers, which definitely makes sense, because I'm sure a lot of you, especially low and micro stakes players, when you get the 2x multiplier, your opponents just start shoving on you. If they've now got the incentive that they get more Tetris points, maybe they'll go a little less crazy. I don't know. Level. So just like in Tetris, I believe Tetris has 20 levels in it. It's been a long time since I played it, but I think the higher the level you are, the more points you get for the lines. And apparently that's the same thing is happening here. Okay, every time you've cleared 5 lines, you level up. So if you come first in a 2x multiplier, you've almost leveled up immediately. So if you won a 2x multiplier and then you came third in a 3x, you would level up. You can get all the way up to level 20. You get points for 1 line, points for 2 lines. Okay, so it's all linear, the points for the lines, depending on the level. It looks like the winners of the leaderboards will have so much higher scores than everyone else, because they're just going to be getting some insane run. But how does a run end? Let's have a look at that. So if you come first, second, or third, you might have your board fill up. If you are on the lower levels, apparently all that happens is if you come third or second, there are no changes. First, you can improve your board. If you're level 2 to 5, so that'll be a little bit later on, let's say you played 5 or 6 games, there's a 50% chance if you come in third place, your board will worsen. There are, I believe, 3 different board states. So these states are indicated by green amber, and red. So I think you start off in green. So level 0 to 1, you're always going to be in green. Level 2 to 5, if you come third place or second place, you could end up going into amber or red state. Apparently 50% of the time, if you come third, you go to amber, and then 50% of the time you go to red. If you go beyond red, I think it's game over and your score is finished and put on the leaderboard. Kind of complicated, but I think I've got the gist of it. What it's going to create is an almost exponential kind of point score. So if you're able to get to the higher levels, you will be gaining a lot more points than you were early on. So for example here, if you get a 1 line on level 1, you get 80 points, but if you get 1 line on level 20, you get 840 points. So it's a huge difference, definitely exponential. So the people who get the really high scores at the top their scores will be far higher than someone in 50th place, for example. So let's look at how it looks in the lobby now. So before we start this Tetris game, you're going to want to join up here. Make sure you click this before you start, otherwise you won't get anything. I think that's how it works. It loads up and says your board is in good shape. So like we said earlier, it will go green. There's a level, there's the lines, and there's your score. So we're on level 0 because we haven't started yet. We haven't had any lines yet because we haven't played. We get lines from coming third, second, or first. If we come first, we can normally get more lines than second or third, which we saw earlier. And then the score will increase slowly at the beginning and then go up really fast at the end if you get to the higher levels. So let's jump into a game and see how that runs. So we got a $30 spin, so a 3x multiplier, and it says free line clears. So if we win, we would get free line clears. So we would get 3 lines. We need 5 lines to level up, so we'll still be level 0 if we won this. Over on the chat bar, it has the Tetris board in it. So we have the level, the lines, and the score. It also has the check the leaderboard option. So if I click that, it brings up the leaderboard. And I guess we'll find ourselves on there once we've got a score. But at the moment, we don't have a score yet. So let's hopefully win this. Going back to what we were looking at earlier over on the PokerStars website, it said on there that we get different amounts of lines depending on our finishing position and depending on the multiplier. I'm pulling this up now. We've got a 3x multiplier. If we come third place, we only get 1 line clear. If we get second place, we get 2 line clears, and if we win, we get 3 line clears. The whole table layout is a lot different to normal. I've been told the way you can disable that, if you don't like this, let's say you're not a fan of the moving pieces or just the layout in general, you can change it. You can just untick display optional graphics and then it goes back to classic. I prefer it on. I quite like the aesthetics. I like the Tetris piece at the bottom. I think you can change the felt color. So if you don't like the blue, you can make it green, make it black. Green's quite nice, so maybe we'll make it green for now. All right, so let's play this game. Try and win this, or at least come second. I would say for the most part, you don't have to worry about like ICM pressure. I think this leaderboard promotion, while quite useful, most of the time the difference between coming third and second for us will be pretty negligible. But if you've got a really high score, if you know you're going to get a top 10 high score, you're looking at your score and you're like, this is good. I think at that point, it's really important to not come third place. So that gets a bit interesting there. So unfortunately, we didn't win. In fact, we came third place. Like it said before, we get 1 line for coming third and we get a score of 40. We need to get 5 lines to level up. So let's try again. Get another game in. Get the spinner running. So this one, we got a 5x multiplier. So it's quite interesting in that it it rewards the lower multipliers rather than the higher ones. I mean, you're already going to be happy about winning a 5x, so it makes sense why they'd give less points for it. Yeah, I think that's a really good way to keep people interested in the lower multipliers. Is that necessarily good for us as people trying to make money? I would say short term no, long term yes, because short term we now got the players who normally go crazy on the 2x multipliers are probably less likely to go crazy because they want to get all the points from the Tetris promotion. But on the plus side, it's probably better in the long run to have people come in and want to play Tetris and try and get a high score. So they'll be looking at their high score, maybe a little less than their actual bankroll, which would be really cool. Yeah, people are going to want to stick around and finish their run. So although I liked the Spin 10 leaderboard that was on before this, it did create a situation where if you don't run good at the first few games, there was not really much of a point to finish the run. With this Tetris game, it's a little bit different because even if you run bad at the beginning, if you catch a good streak near the end, you can get a huge point score. So as long as you don't game over busto, people are probably going to want to keep playing. And they'll be playing all sorts of different limits, I would guess. I think people who normally play, let's say they play the 10s normally, they're going to probably try the 5s and the 25s if they've ended their $10 run. So you're going to get all sorts of different players playing different limits. I presume this will be a good thing for the mid stakes as well. You're going to get people shotting higher stakes, trying to get a good run. And they're going to be playing more games, so this is good as well. So yeah, I think short term, maybe not amazing, but long term good in that respect. But the fact that you've got this whole Tetris thing and this whole design and everything, this aesthetic, I'm guessing they're going to have a marketing campaign as well. I don't know. This should mean that the games are softer than ever, but I guess time will tell. If you want to talk about that kind of stuff, come over to our Discord channel. The link will be down in the description. Lots of people at the moment talking about strategies for this game. Now, for the most part, I think especially early on, you should just be playing your normal game. But if you are getting close to a big high score, one thing I think will be very plus EV to do would be to move down to one tabling. You want to increase your win rate as much as possible. You want to focus as much as possible. If you're playing, like, for example, let's check the leaderboard. I just want to show you something. If you're playing, if it loads, I guess there's going to be some loading difficulties. People in our Discord were saying that it's been taking a while. Maybe I'll try again. I'll just keep opening it until it works. I'm just going to fold. Getting the shove with ace king, nice. Always nice to see. Beautiful. Yeah, so it looks like the leaderboard isn't loading up. Which obviously isn't ideal if you're trying to figure out what kind of point score you need. But one thing I want to stress is, pull it up, for the lower limits, so particularly for 25 cent, $1, $2, $5, there's a lot of buy-ins up the top. So if you are looking at getting a high score, let's say your score is over 100,000, which is a high score in this, I believe. If you've got a score over that point. You probably want to start one tabling to try and maximize your win rate. Make sure you don't come third, especially, so that you can stay in the game longer and get more points for it. So yeah, I've got an open ender, but I probably won't even get an ace high to fold, so I'm going to just check it. Hope to get a free showdown. You don't. I'm just going to call, and I'm going to check, and 1 in 10 times we're going to win with 10 high, I would say. Yeah, I don't want to try and get an ace to fold on the turn, because they've got an overcard and a gut shot, and we've marked them recreational. Normally means they're a bit more sticky with the draws than regs. So another thing that I'm aware of is the rake hasn't changed for this promotion. So if you just want to play like normal standards spin and go, like here, just turn that Tetris thing off. Let's say you just want to play normal standard spin and go, you can do that, no hassle. Just make sure you just join and opt in, because you're just missing on free money otherwise, if you do get a good high score. But I would say that this promotion by itself is going to, I would presume, make these games softer than they ever will be from now on, I think. I don't think they'll ever be as soft as they are at this point. So if you guys are really looking for a way to build a bankroll, to put some volume in, to get something going in 2021, I think now's the time to do it. And I think the Spin Go Tetris will be the game type to do it in. That is my belief. If you've got any thoughts on that, again, I said come over to our Discord channel. And if you're looking really for more strategy content, just hit the subscribe button to this channel, because we've done lots of YouTube videos, session reviews, and all sorts. We also have a low stakes spin and go course. I'll put that in the description down below. Teaches you how to play and win at the low stakes games. I define low stakes as between $5 and $25 games, but the course can help for micros as well, so buy-ins lower than 5s as well. But yeah, that's what it was designed for. Myself and Nick put a lot of work into it. I got lots of positive feedback and reviews. You can check those reviews out on the website if you're interested in looking at the course. But yeah, for the most part, I think now is the time to really look at trying to get your grind on. If you've been like umming and ahhing about getting into spin and goes, now's the time to really give it a try, in my opinion. So we've been led out. We've got an over and a gut shot. We're in position. I don't like folding, but it's going to be very, very hard to play. So I'm just going to fold. I'll keep it simple here. I don't think too many players at the low stakes are going to be check calling and then leading this turn card as a bluff, unless they had a very, very solid bluffing hand. Ace 4 he could shove, but I like taking post flop. Not folding the flop with ace high. We've now got a 4 high flush draw, and ace high could still be good, so again I'm not folding. They could, for example, have 9-10 as a good example. It's questionable whether I even want to fold on the river, to be honest. I guess not. Yeah, I don't want to be folding. If I had an ace 9, an ace 10 hand like that, I don't want to be calling, because I want them to have 9-10. I want them to have jack 9. I want them to have 10-6, right? If you have any of those hands that block the kind of draws that you want them to have, do not play it. Unfortunately, we lost that one as well. We came second, and it was a 5x multiplier, so we got another line, and we got 40 points for that. Yeah, we'll just keep trucking, I guess. But yeah, the good thing about this is, just like at the beginning here, we're doing really badly, right? We played 2 and we lost 2, but it isn't over for us. So in spin 10 and spin 50, if you started those runs and you lost the first few, then I think for most people it makes more sense to just give up and move on to something else. Whereas with the Tetris, yeah, I came last place twice, but because we're on level 0 and level 1, we don't lose, our board doesn't get worse. So our board is still in good shape. We have nothing to worry about at the moment, of course. So yeah. It's really not a problem. Let's see if we can win a flip. We can't. And again, I do believe, is it going to load? Yeah. So it's still in good shape. Now we've got 3 lines. But yeah, if you get that kind of run later on, you're done. It'll be game over. I think it's really interesting. It's going to bring a lot of players to want to keep playing until their run is over, which is really good for a grinder, I would say, because you want those recreational players to want to play more and more games until the run is over. So this is good. King Queen, I could shove or 4x and the 4x. Absolute pain in the balls. I'm gonna fold. I don't think I want to stack off now. If I had King Queen suited, I'd call. If I had a hand like Ace Jack or better, I'm calling. I don't really have that many hands that are gonna isolate the limp and then fold, so I don't need to worry about being exploited there. I'm doing it a really very value heavy range. So we limped, they min raised, and then checked all the way down. We're never getting involved with a hand like this. And they raised with King 8. They only min raised though. I think at this point we can mark them recreational. We should have done it earlier. Just limping the button is enough, really. Don't need to run any special size bet here. If they've got an ace, we're probably getting their stack. If they got a 7, we might be able to get them to call at least one street. Gut shots as well. But yeah, speaking from personal experience, if you get limp shoved on in low stakes spin and goes, the range has been pretty strong in general. And then if it turns out that it wasn't strong, you're going to get their chips very quickly anyway. So a few hands later, you will they'll do something really silly, so that you know about it. So I guess I'll fast forward this action until something happens leaderboard wise, and then we can talk about how that's occurring. So far all we've done is lose, but we have managed to level up. We're now level 1. We got 220 points, 5 lines cleared. Level 0 and level 1, we cannot get our board in a worse shape. So if there's ever a time to go on a downswing, I guess it's right at the beginning. But once we get to level 2 and higher, things start to change. So I'm going to grind away and then come back to you when we get into that position. So we managed to win a 3x multiplier, and that's brought us another 3 lines. Score is now 820. In 2 more lines time, we'll be on level 2 onwards. If we get to level 2, then there's a 50% chance if we came third that our board would get in worse shape. So that's when the pressure really starts, I think, at level 2. For now though, we're going to keep grinding, and I'll come back to you when we hit level 2. So we reached level 2 now. From this point onwards, our board can get more filled, and we could game over if we keep coming in 2nd or 3rd place. So we better not do that from now on. Hopefully we got rid of all the losses early on. Managed to get 1 win out of that so far. So dollar wise, it hasn't been going so well yet, but hopefully we can start getting some wins in. Okay, so we just lost this one, and already coming 3rd place is not a good idea. 50% chance we hit it. Our board is already filling up, so not a great start, James, I have to say. If we come 3rd again, we got another 50% chance, and then we go to your board is like nearly full, and then it's game over. So hopefully we can start winning some games. If we win games at this stack size, sorry, if at this level, according to the promotion on PokerStars website, we have an 80% chance to improve the board state if we get a win. So it's not over yet, just because it went a little bit bad. If we can just get a win, there's an 80% chance we'll pull it back up to being in a good state board wise. So although the beginning's gone bad, it's not the end of the run. So hopefully we can win with kings here. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Okay. It still says my board is filling up, so this time coming 3rd place, 50% of the time it doesn't change. So we got lucky there in one regard. So we're still in the same position as before. We just got an extra lines worth of points. We're hitting some big multipliers, which is nice, but it's not good for the point score. Just good for my bottom line. Well, we're going to fold freeze. This is a good sign though. Let's see what kind of crap these guys have. 5s and ace queen. Okay, shoving ace queen. Don't know any reg that will do that. Overcalling 5s. I'm going to leave that. I think that's probably okay. I think so many people are just shoving deuces to 4s. But I think it's probably okay. 2s, I'm going to check down. So yeah, we'll play this out and then see what happens. So if I can end up coming 2nd, there's a 20% chance my board will worsen, 80% chance it will stay the same, but we get some lines extra for coming 2nd, or a line extra for coming 2nd. And then if I do win, there's an 80% chance my board will improve, and then we're back to normal, which would be sweet. Right, so there's an 80% chance that our board goes back to good shape, which is great. So even though we have been losing some, we just won a nice multiplier and got back into good shape, level 3. I don't think you can get higher than good shape, so even if we win going forward, it won't get better. The situation won't get better. We got 16 lines so far and a score of 1,820. So you saw earlier on we were only getting 40 points per line. Now we're getting Level 3. Now we're getting about 4 times that. We're getting 160 points per line. So yeah, the score will start really rapidly increasing at this point, I believe. Let's keep grinding away, and I'll come back to you when things start getting heating up. So we got a min multiplier, which is good for us point wise. So we get 4 line clears if we win, which is double what you would get if you won a 5x. So in that regard it's nice, but for actual money it's not really that good, especially when we're still early on, only level 3. Some people in our Discord forum have been doing some simulations as to how long these runs will take on average. Looking at them, hang on, if you want to see stuff like this, definitely a good idea to come over to the Discord. But in this simulation, it looks like most of the time, nearly all the time, the promotion will end after 40 games for you as a player. So if you're playing more than 40 games, it's because you've got a ridiculously high score and you're going to be really high up in the leaderboard. But yeah, most players are going to be playing about between 15 and 30 games. Most of the time, this promotion on each buy-in level, you're going to be playing between 15 and 30 games. So it's a good indication of how long these runs will take on average. Nice spot to have aces, wouldn't you agree? The folds. I'm expecting lots of folds there, to be honest, but you never know. It is useful to note that you can multi-table these. So I definitely advise doing that while you're early on, just playing it like your normal game. But if you do start getting a really good score, I would start switching to 1 or 2 tables, so you can really do the best you can with win rate wise, especially on the lower buy-ins, because lower buy-ins have so much more up top than the higher ones. So for example, the 10s we can play for $500, but then 5 times higher buy-in, which is the 50s, has $750 up top. So really, I would say this promotion is much better for people who are playing low stakes spinning goes rather than mid and high stakes. Still nice promotion for higher, but relatively speaking, buy-in wise, low and micro stakes have got a really good promo here. Okay, so we check call flop, we check call turn. Look at this for a hand. They just open shove button on the flop. No idea why. No idea at all. But yeah, good games. Flip for the win. Nice. Got some points there, and we won this one as well. Got some more points here. So now we must be looking good. Level 4, coming up to level 5. I believe at level 6 onwards, things start changing. So if we get to level 6, I'll come back and we'll see how things change. Okay, so I lost the game and unfortunately our board fills up. I came second there and we're on level 5, so it was a 20% chance. We got a bit unlucky there, so hopefully we can win this and pull it back up. That'll be useful. Unfortunately, we lost that as well. Hopefully, okay. So we're still in amber mode. It's not all over yet. If we can get some wins, it's still okay. Yeah. Let's get to level 6 onwards, and then we can talk about how it changes. We've managed to get a 3rd place there, which is not good at all. Really not good. And I'll explain why just now. So if we go over to the Tetris promotion, we're currently on level 6 now. So at level 6, the likelihood of our board improving if we win is only 60% now, whereas on the earlier levels it was 80%. But it's even worse if we come 2nd or 3rd, because there's a 60% chance if we come 3rd in the next game that the run is already done, kaput, over. And then there's a 40% chance if we came 2nd that it would be over as well. So we're really, really going to need to not only win, but also hopefully get some improves as well. We've got a 60% chance, which is still okay. But yeah, we're going to need to pull something out the bag pretty quickly. We're on the ropes. We're on the ropes, chat. So at least we haven't come 3rd. There's now a 40% chance of a game over if we came 2nd place. Oh, we hit a 7. He's hit 3 7s. No. Okay. It's a bit more tense than normal, I have to say, trying to win this. Ooh, it's a very small raise. I guess I'll stick around. If they hadn't made it so small, it's a fold. But we're in position. Ace high could be good. Got some backdoors. I think we still want to bet the ace, even though the 8 has come out. I think we'll definitely get called by a king. Being check raised by an 8 doesn't happen that often. So yeah, put it in. The snap fold kind of suggests to me that they had a draw that didn't hit. So ace high was good, probably. They've definitely been a bit active against my bets. So I like checking that one back. The river is pretty nasty. First time they weren't active and they had a top pair there. Guess it makes sense. Okay, action flop. Oh, when they bet bigger than half pot, which is definitely scary. Oh, I've done it twice. This is a very, very good, strong sign of a strong hand. But we have middle pair and an open-ended straight draw. There's no way I can get away from it. On the river, we can fold. We can definitely fold the river. We got lots of other stuff that would want to call instead. For example, straights, 9x. Maybe we have some ace-x as well. I'm not sure about that, but yeah. I just think recreational players are more likely to give away sizing tells there. But yeah, it looks like we're on the ropes. We're on the ropes. Oof. Can't play back with a hand like that. This is good. Shoving queen free for 13 big blinds. That's not solver approved. I can tell you right now. Ouch. We hit the 4 though. Eee. Okay, so we've got a 60% chance of making the board better. Can we hit it? Can we win that 60%? We do. So now we got a bit more leeway. I'm going to chuck in 2 more games. And we see how we do. So until level 9, if we win, there's a 60% chance of improving. If we come second, there's a 40% chance of it worsening. And then if we come third, there's a 60% chance of it worsening. So hopefully these next 2 games we can get book some wins and get our board state back to nice. We got a 3x and we got another 3x, 2 3x's. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. He's hit the 4. Brutal. Brutal. This is not good. Please don't get worse. Please don't get worse. Nice. We hit the 40% chance that it stays the same. So that's good. There is a bit of luck to this. But it's definitely skill based. Of course, if you're getting lots of wins, you're going to get a high score. 10 into aces for 44 chips. And we bad beat them as well. There's a time and a place. I don't think that was the time or the place to get that kind of run good. Not expecting us to bluff. Ace 10 versus 10, 9. Nice. We got the win. Can we get an improvement in our board? 60% chance, I believe. Yay! Okay. We managed to pull it back to being in good shape. Very nice. Okay. It's really looking good now. So we were on the ropes and now we've pulled it all the way back. And we're in as good a shape as there's someone who won every game. Wow, it's a loose call. Going to make the note. Unfortunately, we come third. This isn't good. I think our board is going to go worse unless we win a 40%er. Nice! 40% chance to keep that good shape. So, running a little bit good in that regard. Okay, so we're on level 7, score 21,000. Again, everything stays the same until we get to level 10, I believe. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Crap. Again, we got to fade that 40%. Sorry, we got a 40% chance of fading. 60% chance of getting in the worse spot. Hey, we won again. 40% chance there. Ouch. I'm really not good at running good in these all-ins. But we're winning the flips. We're in the 60-40s, or 40-60s I should say, for the leaderboard. Okay, we've got 3x and a call. I'm just going to shove. 8-5 off. What is going on here? And they win. Good games though. Wow, we're very lucky to still be in good shape, getting third there. Okay, so we get into level 9, level 10 is what we're trying to get to. Okay, so we're coming up to level 10 and our board is filling up. Hopefully we can get a win over here. And then we got a 40% chance of it. Sorry, a 60% chance of it improving if we won. Uh, 4-5 did get there. Okay, we'll go for it. Nice. I was just looking at worst hands that we have there. We do have 4-5. We do have 4-6. Lots of 2 pairs. I figured it was worth bluffing there. Fairly easy with middle pairs to just call down against min bets. And they size up on the river. I don't think we should be folding. Often anything better than us would have raised at some point earlier. So yeah, we call it down. Definitely want to get this win because this is one of the few times where we still have a decent chance to improve the board and keep it in a good place. Later on we won't have that option. I can't see why they would call worse if I re-raised, so I just call myself. They seem very donk happy in these spots. I've got 2 overs and a gut shot, so I won't fold. Hit the nuts on the river. You may shove. 9-3. Okay, so we need to note that they're button clicking. When we know we're up against a button clicker, we just know that they can be they hit a pair and we don't know whether they're bluffing it or value betting it. We have no idea. So it's good to know that they're betting kind of merged ranges. Unfortunately, our 60% chance of getting our board back to almost empty did not work, and now we're at level 10, which means from now on the likelihood, even if we won, to improve goes down to 40%. So we're in dangerous waters right now, but we do have a nice score, 37,000. We get in there. If we come third from now on, there's a 70% chance our board will worsen. If we come second from now on, it's a 60% chance. So at this point, I would definitely say we're going to need some run good. So let's give it a go. Well, here I've been check raised. I've hit a pair, so I'm gonna call. The sizing was very, very big. Okay, cool. And yeah, well, I'll call the river. There's just too many things that have missed. 9-10 has missed, diamonds have missed. Lots of gut shot, queen 9 for example, stuff like that. Yeah. Uh-oh. Your board is almost full. This is not good. 37,000 points. So we had a 70% chance of getting worse, and it has. So now we really need to win this. Otherwise, might be game over. King 10, I guess we shove against this player. Uh-oh. This could be it. It's the end of the run. Yeah, I wouldn't say this run went particularly well. We got a score of, let me see, hang on, let me get the right score. Let's load it up. We came 151st place at the moment, 38,900 points. So we are still quite far away from the first place, but you have to remember that your point score goes up very, very quickly at the higher limits. So if we go back to and refer to the leaderboard, if you're getting points when you're level 20, you can be getting lots and lots of points, especially if you get the 4-line one. You get 25,000 points for a 4-line. So yeah, can get some huge scores very quickly with that. Like that's only 10 wins. If you got to level 20 and you got 10 wins, that's an extra 250k, right? So huge scores possible. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the run I've just had. I hope you guys check it out. If you want to talk more about these games, come over to our Discord channel. Again, link in the description below. And I will see you on the tables. I am going to be streaming some runs over on Twitch. So I'll be over on twitch.tv/op_poker. I'll be doing some runs all throughout the promotion period. I believe it runs until the end of March. You can play any stake, so you could play anything up from 25 cents up to $500. I will probably be doing runs from the low stakes upwards. I guess we'll do anything between $5 and $100 runs, and we're doing it on stream. So if you want to come hang out and chat about this promotion, feel free to do so. Anyway, unfortunately, not the best run, not the worst. I think overall I broke even in that session. I hit some 5x multipliers and won them. That helped. Probably didn't play amazingly. I was just trying to record. So if you spot any big mistakes, feel free to put them in the chat, but I'm not too worried about it. I was just recording and we were only playing $10, so I think I'll get over it. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you over on Discord or on Twitch. Remember, we do have a low stakes spin and go course. So if you are thinking or are enticed is to get some volume in and to get some study in, I think now's the time to do it. If you haven't bought our course or looked at the course already, please go and check it out. There'll be a link in the description below. We've got lots of pre-flop charts and videos on how to play post-flop, which should really help you out in these nice soft games. Yeah, other than that, thank you all for watching. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I've got some more session reviews coming out in the next few weeks, but other than that, we will be streaming this Tetris Spin and Go over on Twitch. So see you later.